Hey, hi, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Goat Force Gaming channel where we play the roguelikes and the roguelites and hopefully add all kinds
on the borderlands.
Awesome games to your backlog or your wish list or your now playing list. Whatever you're doing out there, I'll tell you what, we're going to add to it. And if you like rogues, I am so glad that you're here with us today.
Commonalities between the mythos of ancient cultures was not a new area
because that's
of
all
study
we
for
play
either of us.
on the channel. That's
But
it.
It was there that we first noticed the pattern.
I am back with more
Where
Darkest
lost souls
Dungeon 2.
hope to find their way.
And I'm going to tell you something. You may want to pause the video here. A lot of times when I play Darkest Dungeon 2, we end up with some long runs, some long, juicy runs. And,
Indiscriminate science,
you know, I never really know how long
hands.
things are going to go, but they usually go pretty well. You know, we've had some longer runs in recent times.
Fury.
So you might want to just stop it right here, go grab a coffee, put the jams on, whatever you're doing, get comfortable. And we're just going to take our time, like usual. Have a good time with the run, see what we can see, get as far as we can. And as I have in the past, I'll kind of explain my choices along the way in case you're wanting to learn from somebody that has spent, I don't know, 60, 70 hours with the game so far. This is just a wonderful game to play. I enjoy it so much. So I'm happy to help some of you out in trying to make the choice as to whether this is a game that you're going to want to play when it comes out in May. My goodness, that is right around the corner, isn't it? So crazy. So right now, I'm just kind of setting up the initial party, making sure that they've got the attack options that I'm going to be looking for. You can change those throughout the course of your run, but what you cannot change is their path. So you want to make sure that you've gotten that part right. At the same time, though, I like to change some of these things out to skills that I know I'll use along the way. At least starting out. Alright, for our highwayman, I always go with sharp shot. And then we're going to switch out to mostly shooting capabilities. This one is outstanding. I like the highway robbery as well. And like I say, we'll explain some of these choices along the way. You'll see them pop up as we go along. Now, you know what else is exciting? This is the latest version of the game. They made some updates recently, and they've added pets. It is possible to find a pet for your wagon now. And if you look towards the top left, we've got some new icons up there. They figured out a way to add another help me hurt me system to the game.
Return welcomes you.
And
with open arms.
I quite like it. It's interesting. So here's what we have here. The wheels, as long as you've got 100%,
you see,
your heroes are gonna
even your valley
heal
is not immune
faster.
to the spreading stain.
And the other one, as long as it's full, we're gonna start things off with block, which is nice. And then lastly, the one that comes to mind, and I think this is a really nice update that they made. It used to be, if you wanted to move your wagon forward, you had to hold the W key or whatever you're using to, move the bus ahead. Now, you just have to hit it one time, and that starts your wagon going, and you're traveling and on your way. So some nice quality of life features there.
Feel the flame burning brightly for all
Alright,
the world to
got some
see.
riches and some relics, that's great. Some mastery points as well.
Push on to the inn. Rest and resupply await
No
you.
complaints there. Ah, it's good coffee. I got a cup from La Colombe going. This has notes of chocolate, nougat, and red apple. It's another new bag from La
The familiar
Colombe.
hearth crackles invitingly once again.
My wife got me a variety pack for Christmas, and this is the final bag in that pack.
Experience, however painful,
Okay.
is the greatest teacher of
So,
all.
we're gonna power our characters up here and upgrade some skills. I like Iron Swan. Can hit the back row, which is very, very important in Darkest Dungeon. Being able to reach that back row, it's a game changer. I use this constantly, and we're gonna take a look at some of the other skills here. Use this quite a bit. This gets used frequently, but I want to leave a couple points at least for the Highwayman as well. So we'll go with this Grape Shot Blast. And we're going to go with his normal pistol shot as well. Eventually, I will upgrade this as well. That allows you, rather than removing 2 positive buffs on an enemy, you get to steal them. So we'll go with the pistol shot for right now. But the ability to steal is quite nice,
Your
especially
coach
when
must
things
be
start to get
maintained
hairy.
If it is to carry you where you must go.
Okay, so we've got Iron Banded Wheels this time. Stagecoach item. +2 max wheels. Oh, that's cool. Let's throw that on there. And road gear, +2 max shielding. On entering a region, you get +1 shielding. That's nice. Okay.
Good. An improvement.
I love Wayne, our narrator here. And now you see we've got the open pet slot as well. So we'll see if we come across a pet this time. Let's take a look at what the... Oh, goodness.
Wealth
Here we
no
go.
longer has meaning.
Okay.
Indeed, it ever did.
Boy, the pets are cheap. Okay, so +5% piercing per Tinker's Gear item equipped. Increased chance of producing items from Stagecoach items. +5% healing received from skills per medical gear item equipped. Random hero after each location. I like that. +5% stress resistance per luxury gear item equipped. +10% positive relationship chance. Okay, I really like that. So
Anything that lets us travel further is worth the cost.
100%, Wayne. Alright, we have a wolf cub. Once equipped, this cannot be removed during this expedition. Proceed. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, really like that. Let's take a look at the inn items here. I think we do want to buy some food. We've got 88 resources, so let's buy
Something to ease the rigors of the
a couple
road.
of those. I'm just taking a quick peek here at what all we have. All right. So I think we'll buy one more food. Let's take a look at the trinkets. I'm not seeing anything that feels like a must-have right now. I do like the griddle. Chance to produce woven items, scouting gear. Take one more look at this guy. +5% resistance per luxury gear. This is road gear and road gear, so we need a luxury gear to be able to take advantage of the stress reduction. And as I look over here, this would be considered a luxury gear. So maybe we pick this up and pop that on there.
Bolt it on and be
Okay.
off. The mountain will not.
So at least
be
we're taking
denied.
full advantage of our wolf pup at this point. And I think that's probably what we're going to go with for now. And then we'll just get out there in the field, and we're going to gang a whole bunch of stuff along the way as well, in theory. All right, we want to use our inn items while we're here. We'll give Boudica the really nice food. We'll give Sarmenti the really nice food, and these two can have just the standard bread because they've already got some nice health. Gave it to Boudica because I want her to be as durable as possible. Usually the character in the front is the one that takes the bulk of the heat.
Tribes of our land, crumbling.
All right, mastery points are on offer here. Let's see what we got to do. 100% rough road patch routes, so we're going to have a tough time keeping the durability of the wheels. The goal is to visit an oasis, and then we're good here. 100% Candle of Hope chance at resistance encounters. Candle of Hope chance. All right. Visit a creature den. Oh, we can do that. I think we'll go down the path of the shroud this time.
Isolated.
And I want to hold on to this until the next inn.
Degeneracy.
Okay, we're good. So let's take off. Rest for the night and then journey onward. You still have mastery points to spend. You can still afford more stagecoach repairs. Wait a second. More mastery points. We have 0, sir. Oh, I see. Because we increased our max. I guess we could do repairs. Why not?
For a time at least.
That was a good reminder. Okay. Perfect. We do not have mastery points. As far as I know. Into the shroud we go. You know, I'm playing on the new PC with the 4070 Ti and all the graphical settings turned up as far as they can go in this game, and I can tell that it's running a lot smoother. Alright, we're gonna go, well, we're gonna take a look here first, see what path we want to go, but I'm leaning towards the watchtower at this point. We do have to go to a lair, a creature den, because we'll get some nice buffs doing that. So I think we'll go to the watchtower and reveal everything that we have to look forward to, of course.
The loathing whispers.
Oh boy. So that's a improvement as well. You can see the loathing build up over time.
Lament.
Okay, so that's going to reveal everything going forward. We are going to have to go this way and lose a durability point to our wheels. But for it, we're going to get a mastery point from the hero shrine, so that's not the worst thing to ever happen.
By confronting the past, we learn to face the future.
Now, I've already gone through all the characters' mastery process, the ones that I utilize.
Though decidedly inconvenient,
And so
at least we know what's coming.
there is not much on offer there for me, but if you were jumping in for your first time,
Stumbling and grasping.
that
Shadows of what
process
they
allows you to
once
learn more about the character's heritage and their upbringing, and along the way you're opening up new capabilities for that character as well. Okay, I think we'll spread some poison around, some blight. We're We're gonna get stressed out, possibly. Let's go ahead and get rid of her. That was a really good strike. We've got two characters that can invest in damage over time, that being the Jester and the Plague Doctor. And Bleed and Blight can be very, very good. This enemy is going to sit on death's door until we can do a death blow. And it can be quite random as far as how long that's going to take. Some enemies are much more resistant to
In this world,
death blows, and they can sit on death's door for a while. They're going to get some debuffs in death's door, but sometimes they're just not dying fast enough, you know, and you're sitting there going, hey, my characters are getting crippled right now.
Properly excise our portion.
All right, let's see what we can do here. If we can go into this battle with any buffs. It looks like we can. This is great. So, if I go with what the Jester is saying, we're going to get a buff to speed, another general buff, and the enemies are going to come in dazed, which is great. This is going to take our food, but everybody's going to have Blight. So we're going to go with the Jester this time. The other thing is, you see those gold shimmeries around the other characters. That means they really like that decision, and that's going to build towards our positive relationships, which add more buffs. All right, so these guys are going to have their turns moved all the way to the end, so it kind of delays their actions, which is great. Gives us the opportunity to kill them before they can have their action at all. That's at least the goal. All right, we're gonna go ahead and hit this dude. And we'll go ahead and go for the back row here. And even if they dodge, at least we've taken away that positive token. And now we've got some attacks coming in, but we do have our shield that we started with because of the durability of the wagon. All right, outstanding. We're gonna go with that. I was hoping he didn't dodge. We'll go back row again here. Outstanding.
the fiend's strength dwindles.
Should be able to take this dog out. Great. Can't reach that guy in the back, unfortunately, with the Jester. Okay. Now, because we're in this type of location, there are a couple of rounds in succession, but we're going to get some nice stuff if we're successful here. And that if is more of a when. I'm confident. I'm feeling confident.
Measure out your violence, then apply it judiciously.
All right. I don't love all these positive tokens that I'm seeing here. I think that we will go with this guy right over here and hope for a positive coin flip. Oh, nice. You love to see it. All right, we'll go back row.
Haste and carelessness.
Burn through a
All
couple of
marks
their
the
dodges.
unprepared.
These two are going to lose their turns, unfortunately, which can be quite crippling in a battle. Let's see if we can spread some bleed around. Oh, boy. Okay. But they're done dodging, so that's good at least. All right. Trying to decide if I want to heal Boudica and get rid of these negative buffs here. I think we're going to do that versus coming at the back row. Okay. Perfect. Let's see some bleed, too. That's great. That hit was not so great, if I'm being honest. All right, we're going to do this. I was thinking about maybe doing robbery to get rid of some of these. And I think if that skill was upgraded, I would have. But I figure we were going to take that guy out, which was worth it. Okay. Let's do that. Now this over here is the combo icon, and some skills can interact with that. This one, for example, if they have the combo icon, there's a plus 30% chance that the blight is going to stick. In this case, though, I think we're going to go ahead and heal a little bit here.
This wound, at least, has been tended to.
Yeah, that was very much the right call.
An opportunity.
That's okay. That's all right. You gotta love how Wayne just reminds you when he feels you made the wrong decision. Yeah, let's go with that. Now, I think in this case, I'm going to move the Jester back, and we're going to try to apply some blindness here. There we go. And it didn't work because our Plague Doctor got hit, but that's all right. We're still going to come out okay in this battle. A little bit beat up, but that's all right. Okay. And I'm thinking Boudica will be able to finish this off. Perfect.
In this world, wealth is worthless without
All right,
purpose.
so we got a mastery point for our efforts. And we got this special item that once we bring it back to the inn, we're going to get another mastery point. Good stuff.
The loathing abates.
And we knocked down the loathing, so we don't have any ill effects from that stacking on us either. Now, I do want to stop for just a second and check what the inventory looks like, see if there's any items we want to spread around. So these are the woven items that we're able to create because of that luxury item. All that luxury, right? So let's drag that out and at least have it equipped. You always want to make sure that you're equipping your items along the way, because once you get to an encounter, it's too late. They don't say, "Oh, hey, wait, just kidding. Let's give you a chance here. You want to put some items on to use in this battle?" No, you're just SOL at that point. All right, so this guy takes up 2 rows here, two spaces, I should say. So that's why this is not transferring over like it normally does. But I think we're going to go back row this time. So we'll start with her. And then we're going to spread the love around over time. Perfect. Great start for us.
Measured.
Skipped that turn altogether in the order up here. That corpse was going to be next. Now, I was hoping that this one was going to go down so that we could, at least take advantage of the connecting attack here from our Jester. But that's okay. I'll never complain about an enemy going down. I think we're just going to go with an attack on the big guy. Alright, so we're going to start to build up some stress. We've got to get some healing to our Jester here. Let's see, she's going to take 4 damage over the next 2 turns, but she's got 5 health. I don't really want her to survive, so we're just going to take her out now.
Measure out your violence and apply it judiciously.
I think we should be able to get him at least to death's door.
Excellent work.
There we go. Which will knock down his offensive capabilities. Go ahead and apply a heal here. Wonderful. Oh, you love when that happens.
Scavenge what you can.
Okay.
And be off once more.
Now we should probably take a quick look at the map here. So... okay. Just gonna leave that open for a second. Occasionally, when you run over road debris, you do get an item, like right there. Alright. Let's see what our options are here. So we'll get a buff to our Traveling Flame, which is currently sitting at 77. I think that's pretty healthy for the flame, but we might want to consider this. But there's some hatred coming from the Plague Doctor if we go that way. And then 2 hatreds toward the Plague Doctor if we do that. So in this case, because I know we have food already, I'm going to go with this. I think this is our best option here. Sometimes it's just a matter of accepting
without purpose.
What is the best of all the not so good options. I'm gonna leave that because I really don't feed the slime mold to the characters because there's a chance of adding disease. Alright, we're gonna press onwards here. You guys can keep the slime mold. Thanks, but no thanks. Alright, we gotta make a decision here. So there's gonna be combat, but then we're gonna have the opportunity to get some rewards along the way as well. I could see going up this way and then hitting the hospital. So we've got a decent amount of coin, I believe. Yeah, we have enough to cure a couple maladies. So I think we're gonna go off to the left here.
See the debris ahead? That is where they'll make their move.
Oh boy, Wayne really getting into it.
Survive the rising tides. The fisher folk of the coastal provinces resorted to a debased worship of the sea.
All right. Well, I say we open with that.
The enemy weakens.
Nice critical
and
too.
wanes.
We'll go with this guy in the front, I think. Because Dismas is going to hit both of these guys. Perfect! That is outstanding. What a start. Holy moly. It's battles like those that make me quite happy. Alright, so plus 10% damage, but minus 2 speed. So in that situation, I take a look at all the characters and I go, hey, who can afford to maybe take a speed hit right now? And it ends up being the Highwayman usually. You know, unless there's some kind of debuffs happening, so we'll go ahead and pop that out there. And then we're going to be on our way. Not finding too many combat items out there yet. And I think that in this update, the devs kind of rolled back the amount of random items you run into when you're rolling over the road debris. Alright, so Flame would take a big hit if we go that way. This would give us a buff to our durability points. Or we go Dismiss, Flame takes a hit and we get some supplies. Well, we've already got full armor right now, so we don't need that. Hard to say here. I am leaning more in this direction, I think. Hate to see the Flame take a hit of 25, but it kind of is what it is. Yeah, alright.
Abandoned or
I think that's the
forgotten.
least
It
worst.
is
I don't
ours
know.
now.
Sometimes hindsight is
When
20/20 in this game.
Trust
Alright,
your
now I think
instincts.
we had talked about veering off to the left here. I don't really want to go to the academic study. Sometimes you can get something really weird and it's not so great, but you know what? These guys are building up stress and every single one of them basically wants to go to the academic study. Do we want to agree with them? No, we're not gonna. We're not gonna.
Ruts in the roadway. There is a barricade
So
ahead.
Boudica loses a point of stress. They all gang a point of stress. It'll be all right. These are the lies we tell ourselves. It'll be all right. Everything will be fine. This battle shouldn't be too difficult, judging by the enemies that they brought into the mix. Okay, let's go for that back row. This guy can be a real bozo.
Measured and steady.
Song of Shadows indeed.
Agony by accumulation.
All right, we're gonna take this guy out because our Jester is gonna hit the two in the middle. Okay, buddy, get him. Perfect.
Messy, but effective.
Messy but effective. All right, now this guy has used stealth, so we cannot target him directly. So instead, we're gonna apply a buff to Dismiss, get him ready for next time. Lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, there was no next time to be worried about.
Past is gone.
Love to see it.
Let it die.
I hope everybody had a great Easter if you celebrate, by the way. We had just a wonderful time, and I'll be talking about some of that in an upcoming video where I don't have to concentrate as much on what's going on in the game.
Revel in debauchery.
You know, I prefer
Debasing
talking to you
themselves in the face of the
about
end.
what's happening in this game because it really is important to me. I know this game is it's a more challenging onboarding experience, I think is a fair way to say it. I think we're gonna have to go Boudica. I don't want to skip this fight. Yeah, we'll go Boudica because we're unfriendly with the Plague Doctor, and this will put some points in the other direction. Our relationship's not looking great right now overall, but again, that's all right. This is just the process of managing the bad. That's all. Okay, so this guy's got a buff. +1 bleed dealt. That would be great to get rid of. Wow. Okay. Sometimes they get so excited about what they just did that they lose a point of stress. It's really great when that pops off. Shall we toss a net out there? Let's toss... Oh, we can't because these guys are stealth. Okay, well, we'll start this way then. So now because we're not specifically targeting this enemy that's in stealth, and we're utilizing something that hits multiple targets, we are allowed to still hit him in this case. That's the power of those multi-hit attacks. Same here. If this guy would have been stealthed, we would have been able to hit him because this is a multi-row or place attack. All right, that's good. Got rid of the dodge. I am thinking that we need to get rid of this guy because that unstable incubation that he used can allow him to mutate into one of these guys, and we don't want that. All right. What say we hit this guy? Wow. That really worked out. He's going to take 6 bleed next turn, and so because of that, we're going to apply a heal here.
This wound, at least,
sometimes that develops positive relationship when you do nice things for each other out on the battlefield.
Though unpleasant in the extreme.
Ooh, what do we have here?
Noble.
Leather strop, distant trinket. Look at this, +2 bleed duration dealt. If bleeding though, so if your character is bleeding, -15% disease resistance. So we're going to put this on our jester that does apply bleed, and we're going to want to remember along the way that if there's some kind of opportunity to help buff disease resistance, we're going to want to apply that to our jester. So let's pop this on there. Okay, he's going to be out there painting the town red. No combat items. I'm not used to having such a drought of combat items. All right, we're going to go to the hospital.
Brace up. There is danger on this path.
There is some danger on every path, I feel. But we'll brace up. Okay. Should be an easier encounter. The idea being attack that front one because we know that Sarmenti is going to get the middle section.
A petty hindrance.
We'll go back row. Apply some blight and bleed. Wonderful.
An invariable result.
Now you might be wondering, Goat, are you worried about the buildup of stress on some of these characters? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. It's getting high for our Plague Doctor and for our Hellion, Boudica. All right. The candles that we're earning along the way are used in the meta progression upgrades. So you do want to try and earn those, especially when you begin playing. We definitely want to get rid of that. She's probably been building up stress over time from that negative trait. Consumed by the urge to steal. That could cause nasty relationship stuff, along with this one. Thin-blooded, -10% blight resistance. Let's knock that out.
Even the worst habits can be overcome.
And I think we'll get rid of this while we can.
Not be defined by
And we'll
our
do the same with
shortcomings.
this. And we've got a clean slate as far as nasty perks here. Unfortunately, we can't wipe out stress at the hospital. Boy, you know what? This is a hospital, right? She looks a little bit banged up. Maybe you want to, do something for yourself, right? I'd be okay with it. Everybody looks a little bit banged up in Darkest Dungeon 2. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, we lost the wheel there. So we'll have to look for an opportunity to improve that scenario. And off we go to Oblivion's Rampart. Now, this is the final entry in this leg of our trip. And our goal this time is going to be to strip these two of their nonsense powers, because they're going to try to buff these two and make life very difficult for us. So I will probably have the Jester and the Plague Doctor kind of handle the back row, while she can also leverage Iron Swan and hit the back row. So we'll have Dismas start here, try to get rid of some of those
perhaps.
tokens that they had. We are going to see some bleed happening along the way. Hopefully we can resist most of it. I am going to slow down the speed of some of these characters. I think that we'll start here, because that's going to get rid of that dodge at least. I don't really care that it missed. It was more about getting rid of the dodge so that we can start working on these two.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
All right, perfect. Let's go for the back row. Wonderful. So far, so good. We'll go with these guys again, I think. Well, you know what? This is pulling on me a little bit here, because even if we don't kill this guy, you look at that combo, and we could get rid of its turn. Let's just go. Let's go that route. I kind of figured that he was going to kill on that one. Oh, perfect. Even better. Okay. So, let's use the Howling End. Now, you're going to see here that we're going to take a debuff on this one, but look what we get out of it. It's going to ignore the fact that this enemy has the blocker. Woo! A big old hit. Now, we're winded, so we're going to do minus 33% damage going forward. But that's okay. That's all right. There are ways to get rid of that as well. We're going to go after this dude. Outstanding.
Messy, but effective.
All right. Stealth icon is gone.
Lethality writ large.
Nice crit. And let's go with the big shot. We've got 6 bleed happening here. This should do it. Wonderful.
In this world, wealth
Okay,
is worthless.
so we got
without
some
purpose.
additional flame, and we've got a couple of trinkets here. Plus 33% move resistance. That can be very, very good, because having your characters moved around can be catastrophic. We might use that. If stained item is equipped, plus 30% damage per negative token. Turn start, add 1 negative token. 66% chance. Oof. We're going to leave this. We're going to leave this, because negative tokens also mean your character could be blinded. So the additional damage percentage, it doesn't even matter. We're going to leave it. We are going to take this, though. All right. Not bad. Not a bad set of encounters at all. Now, if you look to the bottom right there, you'll see that we only have 3 leagues
And finally,
till we get to the inn.
rest.
And the inn is going to give us an opportunity to kind of rest, relax, apply some inn-only items. Get an opportunity to see what's on offer here.
Rest tonight. Under the mountain's unblinking gaze.
So we got this done. We got a mastery point there. We got the mastery point here. And all combat and inn items are discounted now because of that chitinous appendage we got. Okay, Dismiss gained a negative trait, minus 5% positive relationship chance. That stinks. Paracelsus gained the Jinx. So that means when that character gets attacked, there's a 25% chance that the attacker is going to gang a really nasty token. It's wonderful. It's great news. All right. Perfect. So we hit the region goal. We got that reward. And we let go of some stress. Well, a little bit of stress. We're going to go with kind of the same approach here as last time. These two can have the normal bread. We talked about trying to find something that warded off disease as well. I am going to give the starting critical chance to Dismiss. He makes good use of those when that pops off. And let's see what the Provisioner has on offer for us here.
Of a time before the end.
Let's see. Okay, we're going to buy this whiskey barrel. I will explain that in a moment. And we're going to buy the whiskey bottle as well. That's going to help also. In theory. Everything is a dice roll. But usually it does. So the whiskey barrel is going to let this party drink up, and hopefully they're going to have so much fun that they're going to develop positive relationships. Let's see what happens here. Good. Oh, wow. Okay. That worked better than I thought it was gonna. Now, similar here, but this is only 2 targets this time, and they're gonna let go of some stress. So 67% chance that this is gonna develop a positive relationship. Perfect. Wow, nice +3. That's excellent. It burns so good. All right.
Listen.
Let's take a look at the trainer here. We can boost even more skills now. Every once in a while, we use Howling End. This actually helps remove stress. There might have been a moment where I forgot to use that. It's okay. It's all right. Hindsight is 20/20. They're not kidding. Let's do this. This will now apply a weakness as well as bleeding. And let's go ahead and buff this. We are probably going to use this skill at some point, so I'm going to buff that as well. And for Dismiss, we will absolutely buff Highway Robbery. We are going to head over back to Boudica. I don't think we need that immediately. We might want to... I'm just thinking out loud here for a second. Let's buff the heal. Do a little bit more HP. And I know we've got the blinding gas on right now, but I haven't used it much. I guess let's go with this as well. That'll buff the speed and give 2 crit bonuses.
Planning and mindfulness.
Now, nothing new that we've picked up for the Wainwright, and I think we're pretty low on cash, to pick up anything. I'm not seeing any trinkets jump out at me in a big way. I guess we do have a little bit more cashola to spend here. We could get one of those. And I really do like the bear traps because they add bleeding. So we'll go with that as well. And then I think we're good. I think we're looking good here. All right, let's see what's on offer. Plus 33% enemy advantage chance. That means they're going to have a better chance of getting some kind of bonus going into the battle. Fight 6 or less road battles and we'll get mastery points. I think we're pretty good on mastery points, so I'm probably going to shoot for this as long as... Okay, clear out the lair, so we'd have to do a lair again. 100% oblivion tears. Okay. So those are really hard battles that would be appearing, I think, is what they're trying to communicate there. Alright, you know what? Actually, this might affect the loathing. I think we're going to run into a lot of the areas where they build up loathing.
Mud and rain.
So that'll be okay.
Resignation
actually,
and death.
Because we can
This land
battle
is truly barren.
certain ways. Oh, stagecoach repairs. I forget about this now because they're brand new. I guess we can do some of those, can't we? Okay.
For a time at least.
All right. We're ready now. Okay, remember how the relationships are positive or negative? Sometimes once you've built up enough positivity or negativity, they offer you bonuses or the opposite of that to certain attacks. All right, so that's great.
Aspiration unites the hopeful.
And unfortunately, they are applying it to 2 techniques that I really don't use. But you'll see that if I use this, Sarmenti gets a -1 to stress, and vice versa for Boudica. Not really what I was hoping to see there. You know, you want it to be on skills that you use frequently, like Dismas's opening double shot that we're using all the time. If that applied some kind of buff,
Rewards only.
you know, that would have been wonderful.
Resignation.
And we're seeing all of those blue areas that apply additional loathing effects. So we're just going to have to be weary of that and pay attention to what's going on up here with the loathing abates. That's what tracks the global debuffs that get applied.
Our way is made clear.
I'm glad we're happening upon a watchtower right off the bat. That does help, being able to see what's ahead so you can make a good choice. I think in this case... Well, let's see what's up ahead. Okay, so we're going to lose an armor. We do have to hit... Is it a lair that we're looking for? Yeah. So we've got to clear a lair out, which would mean we might want to head off. Does this reduce loathing? Okay. So we'd hit a loathing, but then we're going to reduce the loathing, and then we're going to hit the lair. I think if we go off to the left, that wouldn't be the worst thing to ever happen. And then there's an oasis here as well that'll offer some stress reduction, which we might need after the lair. So let's go ahead and do that.
You will fight.
It is a thinking
so that
game.
others may flee.
Okay, picked up some food there. We've got 1 level of loathing now, and you're seeing here that our flame is going to drain faster, and the enemies have a buff to their opportunity to come in with some kind of advantage in the battle. Alright, so they will start with blindness, which is great. I think this is the best way to go. That whiskey barrel was just tremendous for us. Okay, let's see what this is. Preparing to use a powerful skill. So we're going to want to get rid of this guy as soon as we can. I am thinking we go back row. Spread some blight around. Why don't we? And then hopefully Sarmenti, if this guy doesn't die from this blast, Sarmenti can finish him off. Yeah, I think this is going to work out okay. Perfect.
The enemy weakens.
So no
and
powerful
wins.
skill to worry about now. And you love seeing that blindness take effect. You really do. This icon forces us to target this guy, if possible. And I think in this case, because of the shields, we're going to go ahead and use Howling End, which is now upgraded, by the way, and does 10 to 18 with a 15% crit chance. Wonderful. Let's go back row again. And I think we'll go this way.
A brilliant conclusion.
Alright, I'd say we're looking good here.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Added a block.
The smallest variable can make all the
Okay.
difference.
I'm really surprised he clung on to death's door there. Let's go ahead and take this guy out if we can. Perfect.
Messy, but effective.
Alright, not bad. This is a common trinket. When it has this gray silhouette around it, you can identify it as a common, and I'm not too interested in that one. I don't really want to open ourselves up to the possibility of a lost turn. Although I do like the fact that there's some protection for disease. Alright. I'm changing course slightly.
The loathing.
Here's what we're gonna do.
abates.
Since Sarmenti has the additional, if he's bleeding at least, we might want to apply that trinket until we can find something else that might aid in. We'll drag that out there too while we're looking at this. We'll go ahead with it. And let's go back to our combat items. Put this out there. There's a new set of woven items. Okay. Wonderful. Not too many trinkets on offer yet. We're going to go ahead and go towards the lair.
The loathing whispers.
I know. Now we've got the loathing again. How is our flame doing? Okay, that's sitting at 85. I feel pretty good about that.
Beware what awaits you inside.
General's Keep it is.
Within every keep, a general.
All right, so we got a little bit of blindness happening. That's good. Let's start on our back row. This guy's attacks can become pretty devastating, so I don't want them to get out of hand.
A breakthrough.
Some of these combat items we have, we might decide to use those in the second leg of this fight here. I think we are going to shoot the Arbalist. And we'll go ahead and add 15 to the flame to knock it back to 100 with our Glimmer.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
Yeah, see, an attack of 13 is pretty strong. Now, 3 health, 4 damage there. I think we're actually going to hope at this point that the Blight takes effect so that we can focus on some of these other guys. glad we're not looking at any bleeding or damage over time effects yet. We'll go ahead and do this. Plus 50% damage when the target has the combo icon. I know it's going to stop 50% of it because of the block, but let's see what happens here.
Excellent work.
Yeah, that's pretty good. The bleeding should help us take that guy out. We'll go back row. Perfect. And then dismiss is going to be cleanup crew here. Wonderful.
A lesson taught is a lesson learned.
Nice skipped turn there for the enemy team. Now we're looking really good. Okay. Yeah, we're ready to advance. Now this is a lair. And lairs are different because there is a boss at the end of the lair. And what you get, though, from winning in the lair is usually quite good. So we might try it. We're going to see how banged up we are by the end of this second fight here. I think we can avoid some damage by taking out this arbalist as fast as we possibly can. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that worked okay. Let's reach over and hit this guy and apply a weakness.
Lethality
Oh, wow.
writ large.
Holy smokes. All right, so this is going really well so far. I am thinking it's Iron Swan time. And then we're going to come in, we're going to hit that back row here.
Steady yourself.
All right, I don't like a hit of 15. That definitely doesn't get me excited too much, but we can remedy some of that with our Plague Doctor. I think we'll go ahead and steal some of these as well. Perfect. Just trying to decide if I want to Iron Swan. I think I do. Now we're going to see if we can apply some blindness here. There we go. All right. It's too bad we're out of position to use the battlefield medicine at this point. It is what it is. And in case it wasn't clear, position dictates everything in Darkest Dungeon 2. So now this is the last leg of the lair. And you're seeing that there's some really nice stuff. Apply to attacker when hit. 2 damage, so it's got some thorns. Gang when hit. If speed is less than or equal to 2, you get an extra action 20% of the time. Holy moly. Each hero on combat start, 33% block. Gang on miss if first in turn order. Reduction to offensive. Oh, look at this. Plus 15% damage if you're in the Photor. And then you get the trophy, and the trophy is what you need to continue your run all the way to the Darkest Dungeon. If you don't have a trophy, if you don't earn that at some point in your run, you can only get to the final inn, and then your run ends. So in this case, I'm feeling okay. We're going to advance. We're going to see what happens here.
Locked in a nightmare slumber, he is tortured by failures both real and imagined.
So we've got some creeping growth. we want to control that as much as we can, because if the growth happens to come down, it's going to strangle our character and do stress damage. But good news, we can hit the back row. So we're going to toss the fisherman's net, do a debuff to the general, and we're going to go ahead and shoot the taproot, which is going to pull the growth back. Keep it at bay. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and apply this again. Some good debuffs there. We're just going to try to go to town on the general as much as we can.
Malaise, measured and steady.
In this case, we're going to go with this one because it applies weakness. We're not trying to hit multiple enemies
The
yet.
fiend's strength dwindles.
All right. Okay, so this is when it becomes important to hit that back. We're going to go ahead and throw the fisherman's net out there again, apply that debuff, and watch what happens here. That growth is going to pull back, at least it should have. There it goes. The only problem is when we shoot that taproot or hit it, it gives the general the capability to use the soil stirs, which does some damage. So we're going to go ahead and hit this taproot again. Ooh, there we go. Growth recedes. Okay, perfect. And let's go ahead and apply some damage over time. Through bleed. We're just going to keep doing our thing. The general has a big bucket of health. Very slow speed at this point. In fact, he's -2 speed, which is wonderful. Oh boy, okay. Okay. So, we're going to go ahead and apply battlefield medicine because it's the right thing to do. And then we've got Boudica up next. She's going to Iron Swan to get rid of some of this growth above us. Wonderful. And then we've got to hit that thing one more time because we don't want our plague doctor to get strangled. Believe you me. All right. Let's get back to what we're doing here. Oh boy, okay. Well, I think we've got to hit this thing, unfortunately. Let's have that recede. And let's use Iron Swan to have that other recede. Okay. We're going to go back to doing damage here as best we can. I think we're okay as far as battlefield medicine goes. So he's taking 27 damage every time he has a turn. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. Now it's going to get interesting. Some more creeping growth, eh? Let's knock that back. And we've got one more to knock back here. Believe me, if the growth gets one of your characters, it can be pretty devastating. It's worth the wasted turns, in my opinion. to avoid that situation.
Dragged back from the brink.
All right. Well, shall we finally get back to applying some damage here? I think so. I think he's going to apply some damage here.
What is it?
Oh, boy.
That
Okay.
gazes back so intently from the abyss.
We might have gotten off a little bit easy there. I think that I'm going to go ahead and take the shot with dismiss this time because we might end up with a loss of turn on him. That would be wonderful. Come on. Okay. He said no to that. We're going to go with this, and then we'll have the two of them hit that back row before he can do the strangle. At least that's the plan.
A breakthrough.
A nice crit. That's great. Okay, we'll go... Oh, it'll hit both of them. That's great. All right, then Boudica can Iron Swan, and that'll recede the growth. Do I think there's a chance of losing a character at this point? Yeah, maybe. It is possible. Especially with that meltdown, it's very possible. The reduction of their resolve is, well, it can be pretty nasty, you know? Let's just call it what it is. We're gonna go with an assault on him. So we're finally at death's door here. I feel good about that. I think that we'll have her do Iron Swan. And we'll have our Plague Doctor hit both. Still at death's door. Oh boy. Okay, this is gonna be a rough one, I think. Okay, not as bad as I thought. We gotta get rid of this guy, right? Meow. Yes! Okay.
So unpleasant in the extreme. This work is noble.
We absolutely
Necessary.
got banged up. Absolutely got banged up. But look at all this stuff we got. Really nice opportunity to develop positive relationship there. We've got some really nice trinkets to apply. I'm excited, man. What does this do? Corpse plus 200% damage. Combat start, everybody is stuck in place. Okay, so we're going to damage corpses much more, which get in the way of our flow, as you're aware. We're going to take all this stuff. Let's figure out what we want to do with these trinkets. And we should probably find a hospital as well. Good stuff, man. Really good stuff. Okay, apply to attacker when hit. 2 damage. Gang when hit if speed is low. Now, do we have anybody with 2 speed? We really don't. Alright, so we're going to put this on our Hellion. She does get attacked quite a bit. Typically, Dismiss and our Jester do not miss. So, Jester having lower health than Dismiss, we're going to give the opportunity for a better dodge over to him. And each hero on combat start, plus 33% chance for everybody to get a block. Gang on miss, if first in turn order. All right, I think we're going to put this on Boudica. She is rarely first, having the speed of 5. So I think put that over there. And I think we're situated pretty well. We've got some combat items we can throw on here. Let's go ahead and put that over there. And let's drag this one out over here. Not a whole lot of guys lighting fires on us, but again, would rather have them on our people and usable rather than being in battle and going, man, I wish I would have had that. Okay. So our goal is to not get hit very much and just be in a position to kind of heal up from
in these times.
what happened last time.
Savor it.
Alright, so in this case, we're only going to hit one dude. So we're going to go with the bigger hit and the weakness application.
A promising
Wonderful.
development.
That's what you want. Alright. You know, we're just going to go with this, actually. Because I want our Plague Doctor to get a turn and have an opportunity to heal somebody again. Wonderful. I think next turn, or next battle, I should say, if it's not too big of a battle, we'll probably use Boudica's opportunity to lower the stress of neighbors a little bit. But if I remember right, we're heading towards an oasis. Oh, perfect. All right.
The mind.
That is fantastic. So, obviously, we're going to go with this character. Knock down a lot of that stress. Get some flame as well. We're back to 100. Great to see. Okay. Massive game changer.
The loathing whispers.
Alright, so we've got a little bit of loathing. That's okay. It's alright. Nothing too bad.
Through the shelves.
Oh, the academic study. Remember that's the one I talked about earlier? You know, it's always the unknown. You never know what you're gonna get. But it's looking like everybody's in for it. So you kind of just hope for the best. I guess we'll give it to Boudica. Why not? Hope for something good here. Oh, she got lazy. Okay, what did we get? Indelible trinket, turn end. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so 50% chance to get an extra turn, 50% chance to lose a turn. I mean, we're gonna take it.
The loathing festers.
Here's what we need. We need a trinket that gives you a buff when you lose a turn, and they are out there. If we could get that, that trinket we just picked up could create quite the epic combo.
Your help. Emptied of mind and spirit by some existential shock, the poor devils roam aimlessly amidst the trees.
Alright, we do have some loathing that has built up. Should probably look for an opportunity to reduce that. What is our flame at right now? 90. So I'm not too worried about our flame. This would actually be nice to fix an axle there. I think we're gonna go that route. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so the big scary guy in the back, he is a big scary guy. I will at least confirm that for you. Just trying to decide what we want to do here. Yeah, let's start working on Big Scary a little bit.
Dissection.
Pass some blight around.
An unavoidable end.
Oh boy. Lost a turn. Man. Stinker. I happen to know Sarmeni's going to be able to hit both of these. That's why I took that guy out in the front.
Malaise.
I think with Boudica, we're going to go ahead and pull some stress down. Oh, nice. The thorn's taking effect in a big way. All right, so she's going to lose 3 stress, and our allies are going to lose stress as well if they're above 5. And we have 2 that are right now, so this is going to be a good move for us. She does get the winded token. A little bit of a help me, hurt me there, but that's okay. I think that was worth it. All right, we'll go back row here. And I think what we're going to do is put that other skill on next time. That applies all of the bleed and all of the blight that has been built up. We'll get rid of blinding gas for that skill instead. Alright, well at least we got him to death's door. I actually would like to use this again with the stress buildup, but not an option, so just take this guy out altogether.
All problems have their solutions, even the big ones.
Wayne prophesizing out there. He must have heard me talking about the big bad in the back. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn this guy off, and we're gonna turn this guy on. So basically, in a sense, we're gonna take all that damage over time and we're gonna just deliver it in one blast. It's pretty nice. Especially on the bigger dudes where, you know, you've built up a ton and you just want to blast them with it right off the bat. Gets rid of that waiting game.
Facing oblivion, these folk have kept their honor.
They certainly have. Yes, I have, Wayne. All right, so plus 30 to our flame. Minus 12 to our stack of baubles. I'm not too excited about that, but boy, oh boy, these are bad options. We're already unfriendly with Dismiss. That's going to make it worse. All right, I think this is probably the way to go. So that we don't develop anything that's too negative. And we're going to get some nice combat items here as well. So we're going to go ahead and stick those on. Okay, you know what? Again, not too many folks lighting us on fire out there, so we'll save that. We'll go ahead and put the stealth for the party on there, and I suppose we'll put that over there just as an in case. Yes, I do agree that the stress bars are looking a little bit high these days. Oh boy, okay, that's gonna hit our durability a little bit there. Stagecoach armor. Not to worry.
Let us hope their desperation can be
Back
eased.
with these guys again. What's on offer here? Ooh, massive hit to the flame. This is sitting at 88 right now. I think, very unfriendly. So that would take a hit. versus a friendly relationship taking a hit. I think we'll go this way. We'll get some more combat
In this
items.
world,
Flame goes
wealth
up.
is worthless without purpose.
You know, this is a pretty good one to have, actually. Bleed is a constant threat in this game. So let's look for a place. We'll go ahead and take over those. These are nice, too. You know, I like these better than the stealth option, so we'll go with that. Let's take a quick gander at the map here. Okay, so we're getting close here to Oblivion's Rampart, which, you know, we're going to have an opportunity to reduce loathing, but loathing's going to be at 3, and then it's going to be back at 3 again, unfortunately. Okay, well, hey, it is what it is in Darkest Dungeon 2. You make the best of it, or you don't, and you die, and then you replay. Not a big deal either way. That's a nice combat item that we just picked up there as well.
Loathing howls.
Oh boy, that loathing. I'll tell you what. When it's howling, you're going to be howling too. Not in a good way.
They had honor once. Now they have nothing
All right,
at all.
what are the options here? Any combat bonuses on offer? No. Oh boy. Not loving where these relationships are at, but I guess we could improve things with Dismas, at least. Those meltdowns that we took really impacted the relationships. Really did. But it's a balancing act, you know. Do you want to try and earn the trophy? Is that the type of run that you're looking for? I think we're going to go ahead and steal these positives. There we go. And go ahead and start working on Drummer Boy back here. I'm saving these for the big battle, the Oblivion stage. If possible. That's at least what I'm going for, because they're quite effective. Alright, we'll go back row.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
And yeah, we do have to reduce that stress load on Dismas right now. So we're going to have to use this Raucous Revelry. Now, that's actually going to be good for everybody. Okay, so we saved him from a meltdown, I think. Just trying to decide which one I want to go for here. Oh, that's right, that's right. Okay. Gotta attack this one if we're going for targeted. Just do that. Too bad that crit was mostly soaked up by the block. Go ahead and hit these guys again.
Malaise, measured and steady.
And I think we'll do back row here.
Early results.
I kind of figured those guys might just pop off themselves. See, this guy is going to take 8 damage, and he's got 6 health left. I think we're going to see if the Blight will just take him by itself, and we'll go ahead and get rid of this block and do an attack here. Two damage for the thorns. That's still really nice to see.
The smallest
Perfect.
variable can make all the difference.
All right, Dismas, let's do it. Nice stress reduction there on the shot. And you know what? Let's try to nail both of them with some fire.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Oh, it got one of them. I guess we'll go with this. Who's up next? Yeah, that guy. Okay, let's get rid of him.
An inkling of potency still lingers in some
Oh,
of
what do
these
we got here?
well-worn relics.
Apply on hit, 15% chance. Apply on miss, 20% chance. I will probably take a look and put this on. I'm thinking right now, dismiss,
The loathing festers.
but I'm gonna have to see. Let's see what we can see here. We'll go to trinkets and we will take a look here. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. And you know what else? This is gonna knock Boudica's speed down. That's still not gonna be enough, huh? Alright. Alright, that's okay. That's okay. Just thinking out loud here. One quick look at the combat items. Yeah, this can be pretty good too. But I like what's currently on each of our folks. Yeah, okay. And I'm second guessing myself. Did I throw that on? I did. Okay.
The loathing howls.
Oh, the loathing. We were talking about that. All right, here we go. Now, we're loaded with combat items. Is this a tougher battle? Indeed, it is, but I feel okay going into it because we kind of balance out the bad with all the really great combat items we have. Now, let's see if I end up eating those words for breakfast, dinner, and lunch. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. Get rid of that. Oh, love it. Love seeing that. Really do. Okay. Well, let's go stimulants, and I think what we'll do is we'll give it to Boudica. Give her an extra punch to her next attack, and we'll start building up some damage over time if we can. Oh boy, those are going to be some nice tokens to steal, I think. I am leaning towards this, especially with the plus 50% damage. And we ignore the block. Oh yeah. That was worth it. All right, we're going to put the crow's feet out there. Everybody can bleed and slow the hell down a little bit. Additional debuff to overall resistance, which means our opportunity to apply bleed is very strong. And let's see. I am leaning towards this. Now we take a little bit of a hit to our damage because of the winded token. That's what brought that down a little, but Dismas is up next. Guess what we're gonna do? Take that, buddy. I know, he already had one, but that's okay. He needed another. Now what we could do here is say, hey, there's 12 blight and there's 20 bleed for an overall hit of 32, if I'm understanding this right. So maybe we want to just see if we can excise this guy right now, the old cardinal. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. All right, so that works exactly like we think it would. I think we'll get rid of bleed. And we're going to go with this old shot and maybe take that guy out.
A promising development.
Everything's coming up aces, folks. Boy, I don't like that. That's not great. Do we move back slightly? I think we do. Yep. Add some blindness as well. Perfect. Now, I think we're going to do that. Wonderful. Oh, he blew himself up. What a jerk. The coward's way.
We are the flame, burning brightly for all the world to see.
If stained item is equipped, plus 75% max HP, minus 50% damage. This is something that I would apply to someone like the Plague Doctor, who doesn't do a whole hell of a lot of damage. He's more out there to spread blight around. I probably am gonna leave that. I don't care much about that. But we are gonna take that. Okay.
The loathing festers.
And we're off. 4 leagues to the inn. We made it, folks. We made it again. Look at those stress bars. Holy moly. This is a beautiful looking game, isn't it?
Rest now for a time.
All right, we have a bunch of quirks. This is where I go, please be positive, quirks. Please be positive. Okay, we got Photor Technician. 15% chance of getting a dodge and some additional crit chance. Love it. Hemophiliac. Ooh, gosh. Okay, that's not great. Cosmic Slayer. We run into cosmic enemies. It's great. Oh, boy. Neat Freak. Depends on cleanliness for sanity. Uh-oh. Not a whole lot of cleanliness to find out there. Sad to say. All right, so Spelunk completed. We got 5 candles for our efforts, which is great. That's going to assist us in opening the meta, excuse me, the meta progression, which is quite helpful along your journey. This is a good time to maybe pause the video, refresh your drink, go take a bathroom break, do what you need to do. We're at the inn. This is all about rest and relaxation at this point. Now we're going to take a look at
however painful,
the mastery point situation here. I think that we will go ahead and bump that up. And we might bump up this one. I do find us utilizing it more and more. Everything's looking good here with the Plague Doctor, in my opinion. I'd say mostly the same for our man here. And yeah, I don't know that there are any other must-have skills. So I think what we'll do is buff this one. This is a great way to really goof up the enemy in terms of their overall order.
Each improvement.
Now, we absolutely want to make some changes here. We're going to pop that on.
Let them know us by our reputation.
Now, this could be helpful, but we need to see if we could even end up going to the Photor.
Consider your position.
Nope.
And plan accordingly.
All right. So that's not going to be helpful this time.
Conventional fare.
Check things out at the provisioner here.
Priced.
I want to go to our inn items as well. So we do have 4 foods already, which is great. We don't have to spend money there. I think we might go ahead with the songbook and the playing cards. which is another way to build up positive
comfort
relationship.
on the road to damnation.
And then we need some stress reduction as well, because that's gotten pretty high. It's not letting me buy this for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. Oh, because we're full. All right, of course. So let's go ahead and use some of this stuff so that we're not full up. I'm going to go ahead and give her the best food. We're going to get rid of the slime mold. And let's apply some of this stuff and see how we do relationship-wise. Uh-oh. All right. More +3s, please. Oh, you know what? It's going to give a stress point, though, so we don't want to do that one just yet. Let's do this. All right, that didn't work out so well. So let's see if we can knock down some of this stress that we have going on. Definitely see a business case for that. I don't know. Do we try the playing cards again to try and remedy what happened? I think we do. Let's gamble. Gotta gamble a little bit in this game. Come on, songbook. Oh, wait a second. They're gonna take a point of stress on that one. Forgot. Okay. So let's take some stress away before we re-add it. I know. Okay, overall, I think that worked out well. Oh man, that one relationship, I don't know who it's with, but it's a 3 out of 20. You don't come back from 3 out of 20, let me tell you, unfortunately. I think overall, though, we're sitting well. I think we should put some speed on the Plague Doctor. Let's go ahead and do that. And the disease resistance, we'll go ahead and apply that to Sarmenti. And we are out of cash, so let's do our one repair that we need. And then let's go back to the provisioner and look at the trinkets, which can be bought with baubles. Plus 33% bleed resistance. We do need that. Apply on hit, apply on miss. You know, I think we're okay in that regard, but Sarmenti has the... I believe it's Sarmenti that has the... One of them has a quirk there. That's who. Okay, so we're gonna pop that over there to balance out the hemophiliac for now. Still looking for something that would help us use this. I just don't want to lose turns. Maybe we should just gamble and throw it on Dismas. What do you think? Do we just pop it on? Just roll with it? I think maybe we do. And then, you know what? Here, let's take advantage of this one too. No, I guess we can't because we put that on there. I'd rather deal with the bleed a little bit more. Let's pop these on though. And I think we're sitting good. Okay. Wainwright looking fine. We don't need to put this on. Let's see what we got here. Plus 100% rough patch routes. And avoid the field hospital. Well, I don't really want to. Minus 33% flame drain. I like that. Visit 3+ assistance encounters and we'll get these mastery points, which we don't even need. But I like the minus 33% flame drain. So we're going to go ahead with that.
The barnacled timbers of the coastal villages
All right,
are sodden with salt
off to the shroud.
and
Unequipped stagecoach. Yep, we are aware. I guess we could put this on. This just allows for additional stacking.
Any advantage is a good
+2
thing.
quantity of produced items from alembic and retort. I don't think we have what it's referring to. So we're not going to take advantage of that, unfortunately. I do think we're going to see some nastiness here, unfortunately. Let's see what happens. Okay, like
Tried
that.
and tested. A bond to be counted
So if we
on.
use that, Paracelsus is going to get an offensive advantage. And if we use this one, Sarmeni's going to get the offensive. This, I'm guessing, is going to be some hatred. Oh, hey, how about it? Okay, so we use this a lot. So our Plague Doctor is going to be doing additional damage, and this is another one that, well, we don't use this, do we? Plus 10% healed per positive token. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm happy to see the double tap getting a boost. That's super nice. Hello again to the shroud.
Propriety floats listless on the tide, brined in noxious degradation.
Okay, what do we want to do here? Let's take a look at the map. Okay. We got loathing. It's going to take us to the watchtower in both of these cases. I think I'd rather go combat. I don't want to go to the Oblivion's Ingress. I think we'll go this route to begin.
See the debris ahead? That is where they'll make their move.
Wayne gets so excited about the debris. I applaud him for it. Look at those stress bars, folks. Holy cats. Here we go. Uh-oh. Oh boy, a 0 out of 20. I know you saw that one. Loss of all the health, too. What a time. All right, so we're gonna give him some health back, I think. I think that would be the way to go. Yeah.
A calculated generosity.
We're gonna have a bunch of
Welcome one
meltdowns,
nonetheless.
I think. Maybe we go for this guy here.
Stumbling and stupefied.
All right, so we've got our first loss of turn due to the new trinket. If we happen to see that just over and over and over again, we're going to have to pull that off. We'll go with slice off here. I need Boudica to pop up so we can use her Raucous Revelry. Go ahead and take this guy out if we can. Oh, he resisted. Wow. All right, let's fire off Raucous. No more meltdowns.
Action. An inkling of potency still lingers.
Okay,
in
what do
some
we
of
get
these
here? Plus
well-worn
5% crit
relics.
chance, but minus 15% healing received from skills. Oh boy. Alright, we're gonna take those. And here's what we're gonna do. making a decision. We're gonna switch things up. I know. I think this is gonna be the better way to go. I still want to figure out a way to use this, but we need the other trinket that benefits from loss of turn. It's out there. I don't remember exactly what it does off the top of my head, but I've had it before. There's lots of trinkets in the game. But we're gonna go with this for right now. I like how the stuff that you add to the wagon appears on the wagon visually. A really nice thing that they do. Doesn't that trophy look great? The general's head just reminds you of all the stress that we built up and never really got to let go of. Okay, I don't want to go to Oblivion's Ingress, so we're gonna go that way and build up more loathing apparently, and we're gonna head towards the Oasis actually, now that I think of it. That'll get rid of some stress. If we can last long enough and avoid a complete and utter meltdown. You just never really know what you're gonna get in your run. And that is what I admire about this game. I know it's brutally difficult. It's not for everybody. Let's reduce the stress of our plague doctor. Oh, that's really good. That is a great item. Perfect. So we're gonna knock out some stress from others as well through the use of the spring water.
Analysis is invaluable.
Throw this on there.
An excuse for inaction.
And it does healing as well, which is a nice addition, really. Ah, that's slime mold.
To arms, though it brings no satisfaction.
Oh, but it does, Wayne. It does bring satisfaction. Well, whose relationship should we ruin today? She's neutral with Dismas. There's some respect there. I think we'll go that way. 5 out of 20. Wow. Okay, I see a business case for the raucous revelry again here as well. I think that we'll go ahead and apply probably a little bit of a debuff here.
Any being, however horrid, can be brought to heel.
We'll go ahead with that. And then at some point, we'll probably use the capability that lights dudes on fire, because this guy's going to be extra open to that damage over time type. Happy for the miss, for sure. I think that we'll go ahead and knock down the stress. And we'll go with a back row shot. Perfect. Ah, that worked out really well. I'm always thankful for the block when the big attacks come through. This guy, I think, is just going to go down on his own. And he's got the blindness as well, so let's count on that. Extra susceptibility to this, so I'm leaning that way. And the undead usually have a higher susceptibility to the burning effects, in my experience.
A brilliant conclusion.
All right. Now, we could go extra chunky attack here. That's kind of the way I'm leaning. Let's do it. Ooh, nice. Sometimes they really pay off.
Cut down these nightmares and blaze the trail to your redemption.
Timing and dice rolls. Really is.
The loathing festers.
Okay, that one went pretty okay. Let's just double check the inventory and the combat items. Make sure we're looking good. This guy can hold another bandage, so we'll just drag that over and replenish. Yeah, I think that's looking okay to me. Next fight, we should really try for Raucous
This
Revelry.
is no place for decent folk.
Oh, the old watchdog. Okay, well, we're absolutely going to go back row here. If we do this, it'll get rid of this dodge icon and maybe damage as well. I was going to say a lot of times those guys cause bleed, but I'm glad it didn't that time. And we could get some life back and apply some stress reduction as well. Why don't we do that? And I am thinking that we hit this dog. Perfect. Resisted the loss of turn. That's great. All right, let's hit the middle. Yeah, we're gonna go Iron Swan. Well, you know what? I take that back. Let's go for this guy. We'll get the combo.
Take heart and do not.
The reason I
relent.
did that was because I saw the Plaguebringer was up next in the turn order, and I thought, all right, well, Plaguebringer's gonna go back lot anyways, so kind of figured that would be the way to go, and it was. Sometimes you end up being right, and not gonna lie, it feels good to be right. Okay, I think maybe we could find somewhere to put that trinket. I was leaning towards Sarmenti, but you know what? Just thinking about the opportunity for misses, and you don't see many coming from the Plague Doctor either. So let's go ahead with that. And I think we're good there too. Yeah. Okay. Plus 25% enemy advantage chance with the current loathing. Flame is sitting at 83. But if you recall, we do have a boost to our flame reduction with the level bonus itself. All right, this is nice. and unexpected. All right, a little bit of a hit to the flame. But we'd get food. Because right now, our armor and our axles are just fine. So I'm gonna say let's just take the flame boost and we're good. Perfect. All right, we gotta make a decision here. Let's take a look at the map overall real quick. I don't really want to go to the academic study. We're gonna end up with a perk that could be pretty negative. I wouldn't mind heading out this way, but loathing is certainly going to take a hit, but we knew it was gonna in this area. What kind of coin are we sitting on? 27. That's not a ton either. But we could get rid of some perks that are pretty nasty. I'm just thinking out loud here. Yeah. Plus 15% meltdown chance. I mean, some of these are really awful. Like this one, I would pay to make that go away. I think it's worth doing. So let's eventually end up at the hospital, which means we've got to go this way.
Supplies this way, if you can make it.
So we are gonna end up with full loathing, I think.
The loathing howls.
Oh boy, the Mountain Shudders Confession Boss plus 10% max health, flame minus 10, plus 3 stress. Oh boy. You know, I've never... Oh, okay, so when you hit max... Confession Boss plus 10% max. Oh, okay, so they gave us some HP for achieving that, but then the bar resets. That's interesting. Oh, this was a nice boon for us.
The loathing whispers.
It sure does. All right, well, we can get rid of that, at least. Probably got some combat items that we can disperse a little bit here. He's still holding 2 of those. What can we get rid of? Gang on hit. I don't really want that at all, so I'm gonna get rid of this one altogether. I'm gonna get rid of that altogether. I'm gonna dump this. And let's see, we're at 25 out of 26.
All that matters is the flickering torch you bear.
I guess we could get rid of that. These are really good. We can get rid of this. And that opens up the space for us again. Okay. I think we're ready to rip here.
When deliberation is exhausted, trust your...
We want to go towards the hospital. Knock this map out of the way.
The loathing festers.
I know, that damn loathing. Flame's sitting at 81 still, so that's good at least. Alright. I don't know, would you let her work on you? You know? Is she selling the fact that she's gonna make you better? I don't know, man. That's the only thing on offer, too. You don't have much of a choice. All right, I'm gonna get rid of that one too. So we're gonna do this hemophiliac first. Get rid of that. That is great to be. Remove turn start. Remove 1 positive token chance plus 20% meltdown chance. Minus 20% max HP combat start. Jeez, this is a rough one too. I think that is worse than this. Yeah. We're getting rid of that one. That's no good. All right. And we still have some stressed out folks to deal with here. Which, by the way, we should probably take a look at the map, figure out what the hell we want to do. Where are we at right now? Where's our flame? There we are. Okay. I don't want to go to Oblivion's Hingrus. I don't mind losing a wheel, and then we would avoid this. So let's go here, and then we'll go towards the assistance encounter. I think we'll do that. So we want to go middle.
Brace up. There is danger on this path.
There certainly is. Most of them agreed with the choice we made, too, and so we saw a stress reduction there. That's always nice when that happens. Ooh, some crow's feet there.
Pity a soul so twisted by despair.
All right, can we come in with a bonus? Looks like we can. That's great. All right, we're going to go Boudica. Come in with some additional speed and some damage. Nice offensive boon. All right, so I think we're going to open with an assault on these guys. Great. And let's go after our back row here. This guy can really do a lot of damage.
Unavoidable end.
Especially now that he's all powered up. I'm going to go ahead and use the last spring water, and then we'll be able to put a different item onto her.
A calculated generosity, but a welcome one nonetheless.
Wonderful. Wow, some great resistance overall. Okay. Let's do this. Wow. Good deal.
And effective.
Those bonuses really can make the difference, one way or the other.
Cut down these nightmares and blaze
All right,
the
what do we
trail
got
to your
here?
redemption.
Plus 25% resistance to being moved around, plus 20% loss of turn resistance. Now that could be interesting. I wonder if that works against the other trinket we have.
The loathing whispers.
Should we try it? I think maybe it's worth trying, right? Because how else would you know? Okay, so if we get a bunch of lost turns next time, then we know. No big deal. I don't want to go to a lair. I could see a play for the assistance encounter as well as the hero shrine. I think we'll go towards the assistance encounter and then we'll visit the hoarder. Because who knows, maybe he's got that trinket that I've been talking about. Or maybe they pulled that trinket out of the game in the last update and I'm not even aware. Anything's possible. Oh, you know what else? Boudica's got an open inventory slot, doesn't she? She does. Okay. So we are going to put the crow's feet onto Boudica. Just take a look here and make sure everybody else is good. They are. All right.
The lost souls of a dying world, empty of hope and humanity.
Well, he's not wrong about that. Okay, let's open up with a shot to the back row.
Reality writ large.
Perfect. Okay, so our first lost turn on the trinket. I don't know, folks. You know the goat. I'll pull that thing right back off there. Can't be out here losing turns. All right, we'll go back row, and then we can hit the guy in stealth. Great. Gonna take 8 damage. Wonderful.
Variable can make all the difference.
Okay, and you know I gotta do it. You know I gotta do it. We tried it. We tried it. We gotta wait. We gotta wait on that other trinket if it exists. And if we come across it. So we're just gonna switch these back out. Go with the same approach that we had before. That was, you know, working.
The loathing festers.
And who knows, maybe the Hoarder will be holding a nice boon for us.
Look upon their noble struggle and be humbled by it.
All right, I like the look of that. What is the flame looking like? 65. All right, this is my top choice at this point. That's just going to allow us to see ahead. Let's do some scouting. I'm thinking we go this way. Perfect. What'd we get? Okay. Yeah, that's good. And we're gonna go towards the Hoarder.
Ruts in the roadway. There is a barricade ahead.
That's all right. It's not our first barricade. Inventory is full.
Has borne fruit.
Let's just see if there's anything we can maybe get rid of here. Because I don't like items popping off and then not having enough room to carry them. It's the worst. I'm gonna dump these. And you know, I don't see us getting to a point where we're gonna be able to use this. So I'm gonna get rid of that one and that one. Yeah. I think we'll stick with that. We opened up 3 slots, which is good.
Echoes of humanity, twisted by hopelessness.
All right. Nice start. Let's go ahead with... Let's do a back row shot.
The slow suffering begins.
Try and get rid of that guy before it was his turn, but I guess they had something else in mind for us. Okay.
Early results are encouraging.
Let's get rid of this bleed for Boudica.
This wound, at least, has been tended to.
And let's go with that.
Bravo!
Nice. I was gonna say, that looks like it's gonna do some bleed. Well, probably an opportune time to use this. Love seeing the flame that high. Okay, Hoarder. Show us some interesting trinkets, please. All right, we like seeing the gold. So, gang on being bled, blighted, or lit aflame. Heal 20%. Oh, if we resist one of those, then we heal 20%. That's interesting. Indelible trinket. Turn end. You're gonna get a block or any of those other good things, or a stress +1. Indelible trinket. Gang on. Resist. They're gonna take 2 stress away. This is for the Jester. If you move, 10% of the time you're gonna get a plus 100% to offense. Target, play out skills. Yeah, okay. All right, so not exactly what I was hoping to see. This one is pretty interesting. I could absolutely see a play for that. So we're gonna go with that. This would be an interesting one to give to our Plague Doctor that has higher than normal resistances. And so I think, well, you know what I think? I think we're out of enough baubles, so it doesn't matter what I think. Okay. And I think that's all we're gonna do with this guy. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and apply the new trinket. That's perfect. And we're ready to rip again. I always do that. Instead of exiting, I hit escape. One time on accident. All right, there goes a wheel, but that's okay. We got 3 more. All good. I don't know what that was that we just picked up. Why don't we, well, I guess we'll see what that is at the end of this. That's okay, though. Everybody's got good stuff on hand.
Push this half-made horror back into the void.
Okay, now, the fact that he's headless and has a flame, it doesn't give him a disadvantage at all. In fact, he's quite strong. So we are gonna hope
Cunning.
to do our best
You may
here,
outwit them yet.
per usual. And I think we're gonna go ahead and focus most of our shots on him, but the fact that there's a weakness here, we're gonna take advantage of that now. Perfect.
Hold fast, for who knows what lurks in the beyond.
That's good. That's good that that guy's gone. Hey, how about it? You love seeing that. They help each other out there. It just makes you so happy about it. Okay. I think we just go normal damage for right now, and when this stress bar gets up a little bit more, we're gonna have to use Raucous Revelry. I'm just gonna hold off for, you know, as much as we can. We'll go slice off. Try to put a weakness on there. There we go. That's good. Would rather not waste that weakness on this guy, so instead we're gonna take care of the bleeding, and we're gonna let Dismas be the one to take advantage of the weakness, just because there's a higher damage capability. That 13 probably would have been a 3 or a 4. Alright, so the blight has disappeared. Let's go ahead with the crow's feet, I think. We've got a powerful attack coming.
Agony by accumulation.
Alright. Beautiful. What do we got here? 49 damage. So, we're going to fire that off right meow. Only a 37. Maybe I mathed wrong, but I didn't think I did. Maybe a loss of turn? Perfect. Loss of turn. Catastrophic for the enemy there. Outstanding.
The one pleasant in the extreme.
We got off easy on that one.
Is noble.
Plus 25%
necessary.
resistant to loss of turn. Do you believe it? I don't believe it. If stained item is equipped, plus 100% damage. Round end, minus 30% damage one battle. Plus 25% stress resistance. When stress damage, you take a damage. Oof. Okay. I'm just going to grab this one. For now.
The loathing whispers.
That's 7 leagues to the inn. We're almost there.
These warm
I always want to make
windows
sure before we go to the inn that we've got room in the inventory, because when you go to the inn, they give you a free inn item. If you don't have room, though, go straight to the crap can. You'll see it pop up there, top right. Now, remember how I said if you make it to the last inn and you don't have the trophy,
Rest
your
tonight,
journey is over?
under the mountains unblinking
That's what would happen
gaze.
at this point if we didn't have it. But we did fight through the lair all the way, and so we've got the capability to make it to the Dark Tower. The Dark Tower. Listen to me. Not the Dark Tower. The Darkest Dungeon, which is up in that mountain. I must be thinking about Stephen King. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice one. Okay. All right, everybody got good stuff. Some good quirks that time. That doesn't always happen like that. That's really great. And what we get here, round start, 5% chance to be the one that they're going to hit, which I could see giving that to Boudica, given that she's got the thorns capability. So we're going to feed her. We're going to feed Sarmenti. We are going to feed Paracelsus. We'll give an additional resistance to Blight to Boudica. And the additional disease resistance, yeah, we'll just go ahead and give that to Boudica.
Experience.
I know we've got some points here, but, you know,
is the greatest teacher of
I
all.
don't know that there's anything I really want to buff. I guess I lied a little bit. But, I mean, we're sitting really good here. I'm just going to expend these points, really, on some random stuff. Okay.
Each
The Wainwright, we're good.
a new variable in the equation of your fate.
Only one
Inevitable
route,
end of your
the
journey
mountain.
awaits
We
you.
made it.
Once again.
So let's take a look at the inn items here. I would not mind that at all.
Something to ease the rigors of the
Probably
road.
give that to Boudica. I think we're done with the songbooks of the world. How's everybody's stress level? Let's take a look at that. Yeah, okay, Boudica not looking great.
Precious relics remind us of a time before
What do you got
the
for
end.
stress? Here we go. We might even want to do 2 of those. Oh, this is good. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. Remove negative quirk, but a 25% chance to remove a positive quirk. Holy cow. Do we feel like the dice are on our side right now? We're about to find out if they are. Who's got a negative quirk that we really don't like? Oh, I hate that one. That's... If he lost one of these, it wouldn't be the worst thing to ever happen. So let's go ahead, go to our in items. And we're gonna go ahead and do this. Weak hold on life, gone. Perfect. All right, we'll give the anti-bleed. We will reduce 5 stress from Boudica. And we'll go ahead. Oh, it's blocked. Okay, that's all right. Develop some more hate. What can you do? What can you do? Hey, you know what we can do? We can take a quick look at the trinkets again, because we might as well. Nope, nothing for loss of turn. All right. I think it's time to go to the mountain. I think it's time. Well, we'll all collectively cross our fingers and wish ourselves luck here, because I'll tell you what.
The climb is treacherous, the air thin, but you will endure it.
I guess I won't tell you what. I'll have Wayne tell you what. The climb is going to be treacherous. All right, rest for the night and then journey onward. You still have mastery points to spend. Oh, the stagecoach repairs every time. I'm glad for the reminders.
A smoother ride.
Okay.
For a time at least.
We are good to go. Oh boy. What are these going to bring? Okay, all right.
Tried and tested. A bond to be counted on.
Okay. All right. Amorous,
While
love
the
it.
heart still beats, desire will never die.
Wow, that is pretty good. Oh boy.
Resentment. The slowest and
Oh,
deadliest
okay, so
poison
one
of
that
them
we don't
all.
use, but then one that we do use occasionally, and it's going to hit Dismas's offensive capabilities. All right, we'll just keep that in mind. Now, when you do have a debuff like that applied
last, the
to
great
a capability, they
Temples
force
of
it
failure
into
and regret.
the mix. So this is now forced on, and I want to see which one we lost. Yeah, look at this, would have been catastrophic. So we want to remove something else instead, and I think it's going to be this. We'll put this back on, of course. Let's just take a look at everybody's inventory here, and then we are off and running, folks. See, I'm glad we did this. Open spot. Oh, we can look at this now, too. Let's see. So one target is going to get stealth and some additional speed. Okay. Oh, you know what? Realized one other thing we could do here. There we go. Let's get after it, shall we? Now, I've been here, 2-3 times. It's a really difficult game. This is a very tough encounter. We're going to do the best we can. Okay. Any special advantages? Yes. All right, we're gonna go with our additional speed. Them coming in with their turns being pushed all the way back in the order. And we'll see if that works out for us. Hoping it does. All right. Not too worried about our special icons here. Oh, you know what? I put on the wrong ability. This was not the one I was thinking of. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. That's all right, because I want to get rid of this guy anyways.
Bravo!
All right, so remind me to rectify that at the end of this. All right, Boudica doesn't have any nastiness to remove, so we'll go with this shot at the back row for now.
Are encouraging.
And we applied the weakness, or the vulnerable, which is great. Let's go with this. In fact, I wonder if we should go with the extra big bad hit, especially with the vulnerable. Let's do that. Ooh, nice. All right. Well, I'm not going to do this and hit dismiss.
Well done.
Nice crit. I guess we got to give him a turn at some point, right? That could have been a lot worse. I like that he got put on death's door because of the thorns from Boudica. Let's sew her up here. And we'll go ahead and take a shot. Boom. Good stuff there. Alright, this is looking good so far. We'll go ahead and fade to black. Outstanding. A petty hindrance indeed.
The past is gone. Let it die.
Okay. So no resources. No resources given. This was the one I meant to put on, not this one. They have similar looks. Multiple bullets. We'll be back to using the grape shot blast again real soon here. And it looks like there's nothing that's going to pop our tires or our armor along the way, which is great. All right, this could be a good way to go. Let's do this. Come in with the added buffs when you can. They can make all the difference. There we go. Good to have that back again. Let's open that way. Perfect. See, they're changing position on us a little bit. Definitely unique to get some burn damage over time. You don't see that one a whole heck of a lot out there. I think we will go ahead and swing at this guy. He's such a nuisance, the altar. That's great.
On to the next.
I think we're going to have Dismas steal some of these tokens if they're still out there come next turn. And we'll just go ahead and apply the crow's feet. Perfect. And we'll go ahead and do some bleed as well.
Malaise.
Knock out that corpse.
Steady.
I think we'll patch Boudica up.
Relief comes rarely in these times.
And I don't know, I mean, I could see a case for this. I truthfully, I could see a case for all of these things. Okay, this was really the one I wanted to steal, the 100% crit chance. But that's okay. We could remove Boudica's damage over time right now. Let's do that. Interesting. We get a couple vulnerables off of that, which we've got to be careful. This guy is going to do an automatic crit. That would be nice if we could have this dude fall down. Oh, okay. So at least Death's Door is going to occur and knock down that that attack a little bit for us.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe I mismathed that. We'll go ahead with this, because I think we'll at least take out the Evangelist, which will help. Alright, probably a good time for Raucous Revelry. I'm leaning towards this. That's gonna do a lot of damage. Alright, so at least he's on Death's Door. Oh, boy. Get rid of this guy. There we go.
The unpleasant in the extreme. This work is noble and necessary.
You know what? Before we take off here, let's look at everybody's inventory. It's just good to sometimes review, see what you got going on. You don't want any of them to have open spots. Just looking at this. That might be a nice addition. Let's turn this off. We'll turn that on. It's rare that I would see a business case for this one. It would really make sense if we got moved around. You just never know, but that would be a good buff to our Plague Doctor if that skill fired off. We'll go ahead and pop one of these on there. Let's go with that. Okay. Let's do it. I think we're coming up into it here. Maybe one more battle?
The Caligulous Cathedral, malign temple of the Iron Crown.
Oh boy. Here we go, folks.
Denier,
We
chained by
have
its own command.
been here before. We're gonna hope for the best. We're gonna do the best we can. This is gonna be a tough battle. But I promise to do the best I can. How about that? Cannot use stress heal skills. So remember at the beginning we signed that contract and it said denial? All these enemies are going to deny us certain skills, and they're going to change throughout the battle. So right now we cannot use stress heal skills or items that would help heal stress. Oh, nice crit there. I wonder if there's any susceptibility to blight. This certainly has it. That certainly has it. As well as that. So, you know what? We'll go with... Well, we're going to use this on somebody as well. What does this do again? Minus 40% move resistance, resistance to flame, and then there's a 20% chance that the turn gets moved back. We'll throw that over there. And then we're going to go ahead and hit this guy too, and hopefully add some blight, maybe? There we go.
Hold fast, For who knows what lurks in the
Okay,
beyond.
well. Okay. Come on. Oh! Got the meltdown. I was hoping for a resolute. Really hoping for it. That's okay, though. Alright, so our denial is gone, but now we cannot use melee skills. Holy smokes. Okay, well, let's see if we can get a loss of turn off this combo. Maybe? There it is. Like seeing that. Okay, so we got a vulnerability back here. Could let go of some stress. We're gonna have to do this heal. Glad we have that with us.
Timed.
Stress at 5+. What do we get? So we get +2 stress if we just pass the turn. But we can't. That's blocked right now. I don't know. I'm almost leaning towards taking the stress because there's not gonna. Not gonna be much benefit except for Dismas, and then we're gonna get the winded icon. I'm gonna pass. And I usually don't, but I feel like there was good enough reason there to pass. I think we're gonna go ahead and try and apply something here. Let's see, who's up next? The Padlock of Wasting. Let's try and throw this at the Padlock of Wasting. Okay. So it took a little bit of the debuff, which is great. And then let's go ahead and try and apply some more Blight. Perfect. 12 damage across 3 turns. See, there's nobody that I want to move forward, really. But I wouldn't mind Paracelsus getting a block out of it. So if we pass, we're gonna heal and take on 2 stress. I'm gonna do that. Nice miss, that's good. Denial of Fortitude. Cannot use healing skills or items. Okay, that should be okay. I think we'll do all right with that. I feel like we should do this attack as well. Yeah, let's do that. An 8 and a 6, okay. You know, could do 24 damage to this thing if we pop this off and then be rid of it. Potentially. Or not. Well, it's basically dead, right? As long as these things don't sit on death's door, I don't know what their resistance looks like overall. Let's go ahead. Speaking of resistance, let's apply that to that. And then let's go ahead with this. Perfect!
The enemy weakens.
Okay.
And wins.
Oh my goodness, 25. 25 damage. Without any healing skills or items. Denial of Reason, cannot use stress heal skills. Okay. Alright, we'd like seeing that. Added Blight and Bleed. So, we're going to give him the healing cell. And then, I don't know, should we start going after the Padlock of Wasting? I think that's probably what we want to do here. All right. let's throw that over there. 2 resistance, but that's okay.
Malaise.
And our goal is just going to be to build up damage over time. Oh, can't hit both of them. Doggone it. All right, that's all right. I actually think this is the right way we should go. Yeah. And it was a crit because of that positive token that we had, so we gave even more life back. Dismas is gonna have a meltdown or a resolute. Oh boy. Okay. Well, let's see if we can go with the loss of turn. No, resisted. Paralyzing fear, that can't be great. Okay, do we go with the heal, or do we hand out more punishment? I think we punish. That's the way I'm leaning at this point, because the Plague Doctor is not on death's door yet, so we're going to have that opportunity in theory. So let's give out some damage while we can. And a crit. That's great. Well, apparently we're going Raucous Revelry, which is not the worst thing to be stuck doing. Denial of Reason. Okay, no stress heal skills. So I'm leaning towards this, and then we could use the Plague Doctor's capability to just run through all that damage over time. That might be a good way to go. I think that is what we'll do if we get a chance with our Plague Doctor again. And I think we should take advantage of this weakness while we can. Yeah, that was worth it. Alright, come on, no whammies. Death's Door. Uh-oh. Resolute, come on, one time. Oh. Hit us with the meltdown. Hit us with the meltdown. Well, we've got to do this, and hoping for a nice one here. Let's get a nice one. Okay. This is such a tough choice. Such a tough choice. I think we've got to go this way. Even though Death's Door is happening, right? Yeah, Death's Door is happening. Next blow could be fatal. By could be, they mean it probably will be. Oh, those two got healed, huh? I would have done the same thing. Denial of arms, okay. Well, at least we applied the jinx. Let's go ahead and hit both of them. Oh, that's a bummer.
They find peace.
So we can't use melee skills still. Let's go with the heal and the removal of winded. And I don't know, you know, I think there's still a chance here that we could have success. I suppose we could move Dismas forward, but we're not getting the advantage anymore. So you know what? We're just gonna take the heal and the stress points. It is what it is.
Once again, teetering on that terrible precipice.
All right. Well, let's do that. Get some health back. Nothing bad about that. I feel like we should just go ahead and go hog wild on this guy. Overwhelming anguish. One of them has to have a resolute. I don't know that we've talked about that in full yet. So you've seen the meltdowns. The other thing that can happen is a very positive boon called resolute, where instead of getting just rolled over with a meltdown, you get the reverse effect. Okay, who does this impact? Dismiss. That's not so great. I guess we probably want to go with this, and let's try to apply a debuff here. Okay. Perfect. And then let's, I don't know, do we bleed this guy out, or do we use one of these and maybe apply a blindness? Yeah, let's, oh, wait, we can't. Next attack deals minus 50. Okay, so then let's do the bleed. At least apply some bleed, right? Denial of arms. All right, so no melee. Bummer. But a 10 shot, I don't hate that. Apparently Raucous is our only option. With a winded token. Oh boy.
The minstrel takes his final bow.
At least we're making a nail biter, right? Right? A little bit. How are you feeling? Hey, how about it? Nice crit here. This guy's down to 1 health. Dismas sitting at death's door. Okay. Not much we can do. We're gonna get stressed out because we have to pass the turn. Holy cannoli. Denial of arms again. Well, okay. Oh, goodness gracious here. Well, why don't we heal? Okay. That's a start. And I guess we're going Raucous. Oh boy, oh boy. So this thing blinded itself. So at least there's that. I don't know if we're going to be able to do anything with her for the rest of the round. Because our arms are just going to be denied over and over again, so this is all we've got.
Bravo!
Okay, like seeing a crit. Oh boy. But we're just gonna make sure she stays alive forever, damn it. Now you just keep firing off your great burst shot and... Oh.
Not all who seek redemption will find it.
That's bad. That's
an interminable conflict.
Really bad. This is the closest I've ever been to a win, and boy, that Darkest Dungeon 2, let me tell you. Yeah, let's just see what happens here. Maybe, maybe we get one turn where it just forgets, maybe it'll forget. to take away our attack opportunity. Up. No. It didn't forget. And so this is an exercise in infinite suffering, I believe. That is a bummer, isn't it? I wouldn't mind seeing if we could get the Resolute to fire off. Well, here's our... So that's gonna heal. Yeah. So we've reached our end state here. I'm just gonna go ahead and pass. Bummer of the summer. We'll pass again. Do your thing. Deny us the capability of attacking. If we could have kept Dismas alive, I think we would have actually gotten the win. Let's see what happens here.
Now climb.
Oh. Of course. All right, finish it. Finish it, finish it. How do I not get health? There we go. Do what you must.
She sought a glorious end.
Ah, that was so close. Such a good run.
On and on, over and over, until the truth is laid bare, and you are finally free.
Wayne is correct. All of that is true. We were so close. I appreciate you watching and taking a ride on the wagon with me. We're going to do this every once in a while. I enjoy this game quite a bit. It's very punishing. Most of the time, you're not going to win. They fire off a warning shot in the menu that pops prior to jumping into the game, and they talk about how it's a difficult game. You're not going to win the first time. You're probably not going to win the 10th time. And, you know, if this is any example of what is to expect on the wagon, you know, this is what this game is. Most of the time, you're going to lose. But what we can count on is these candles to come back and open up some permanent progression. There are ways to enhance your chances of uncovering some nice loot by smashing into the road debris. You can make your characters a little bit stronger in terms of their stats. There is a memory system that we've shown off in the past where your characters can come in with some boons right off the bat, some passive boons that give them additional percentage chances to do various things. I've taken most of my candle points and applied them toward some of the other areas, opening up new trinkets, boosting the stagecoach. Now I've applied points to opening up different possibilities for pets as well that you can find along the way. It's a fun game. And I know not everybody is going to want to play it. For those of you that feel that way, you can jump on my wagon anytime and circle the routes of madness with me. And I'll shoulder the blow of any stress that this game could cause some. How about that? Good deal? If you made it this far, I just so appreciate the support. This channel has seen such fantastic support lately. We are doing a mega giveaway this week. I think it's fair to call that. This is the most expensive giveaway that we've done of a $20 game on Steam. Raven's Watch is on offer as a giveaway right now. And if you're interested in that, go and take a look at the video that I did showing off the Siren. You may find a G-rated opportunity. And if you've hung out here before, you know what that means. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good rest of your day and week and month and all that stuff. And I'll see you next time out on the Goat Force Gaming channel, where we'll play a roguelike or a roguelite because that's what we do every time. And you know what? We'll give away a video game at least once a week as well. How about that? Because of your support. That's why we're able to do those. Hey, take care. We'll see you again out there sometime real soon.